not just barely passing, not just, oh, I guess that's a good answer, but just blowing the questions away. There were a few that it didn't get right that later we learned to have to do with certain types of very abstract reasoning, including mathematics. And so the breakthrough we have now, which is very recent, is more to do with reading and writing. This incredible fluency to say, write a letter like this, write a letter like Einstein or Shakespeare would have written this thing, and to be at least 80% of the time very stunned by it. And so it's the impact on sales jobs, service jobs are phenomenal. And that's all, we can say that based on the version we have now, and yet the amount of money going into making these things better is absolutely gigantic. It's not just GPT-4, it's hundreds and hundreds of companies building competitive things and building on top of it. I'd say in mathematics now, one danger is that people think that all the stuff we've been working on, like green pots, is somehow obsoleted by this, which is absolutely not the case. We are on that long journey, and those tools put into the right mix in the classroom are very, very important. It's really about the blend. How much time do you have with a student? How quickly can they learn various things? And there's sometimes people take one little piece and say, okay, that's the whole thing. But it's actually that blend. So AI is going to help with math. The ability to understand mental misconception, the ability to give you very quick feedback in an even deeper way than today's systems do. But I wouldn't say that it immediately helps with the motivational piece. We don't yet have the personal tutor. The gold standard of learning basically is a personal tutor who's looking at your fatigue and your interests and constantly adapting, because when you have one student, that's a lot easier to do. The AIs will get to that ability to be as good a tutor as any human ever could. That is, we have enough sample sets of those things being done well that the training can be done on it. So I'd say that is a very worthwhile milestone, is to engage in a dialogue where you're helping understand what they're missing. And we're not that far. We don't have that today. There's pilots of these things like the Conamigo stuff. It's a great collaboration that goes back to last fall, right at the time that the new breakthrough took place. Khan Academy was one of the partners brought in at the very beginning.
When we were chatting, you mentioned